It's been a long day at work, and all you want to do is get home and say hi to your dog. You get out your keys, open the door, kick off your shoes, and yes, there's your dog, ready and waiting to greet you. But what are they doing? Many dogs, when they see their humans after a long day, will respond by doing a big stretch, kind of like the downward dog pose from yoga. Why do they do this? It might seem a little bizarre that they'd choose to start prepping their muscles the moment you come home, but stretching can have a lot of different reasons behind it, and not all of them are related to exercise. In this video, we're going to look at different reasons why your dog might start stretching when you come in through the door, some of which indicate you have a deep bond with your doggo, but some are actually concerning. Watch carefully to the end. Sometimes stretching can indicate severe health problems in your dog. Before we dive in, why not subscribe and join our canine loving community for more tips and tricks on how to care for your dog? Reason 1. When you come in the door and your dog sees you, they're likely to get very excited. They might want to start jumping up on you to say hello and lick your face, or they might be anticipating a nice walk or a game of fetch or tug of war in the yard. Your dog knows the importance of warming up their muscles before exercise, however, and so they might take a moment to stretch before going up to meet you, to ensure that their muscles are ready to play. Reason 2. If your dog really wants to play, then they may decide to communicate this with you by play bowing when you come in through the door. You've probably seen your dog do this with other pups at the dog park. Just like when they stretch, they stick their front legs out in front of them and lower their head. When a dog does this to another dog, or a human, it's their way of showing that they are friendly and want to play a game. Your dog is telling you that they've been waiting all day for you to come home, and now they want to have some fun. How could you say no to that? Reason 3. A dog stretching isn't always a positive sign. You know when you get a bad tummy ache and you have to keep shifting position to try and make yourself feel better and ease the pressure on your belly? Dogs get the same thing. Canine bloat is a common condition caused by your pup exercising too soon after a meal or habitually eating too fast. The symptoms include swelling around the stomach, drooling, pacing, panting, trying to throw up with no results, and, most relevantly for us, a sore tummy. Dogs with bloat will often try to ease their pain by stretching. If you think your dog might be suffering from this condition, take them to a vet. In future, you can prevent it by encouraging your dog to take time to digest after eating and giving them more and smaller meals throughout the day instead of 1 or 2 large ones, so that they don't eat too much in one sitting. Reason 4. Another, more serious tummy problem that can cause stretching is pancreatitis. The pancreas is an organ that makes enzymes that help your dog digest the food in their stomach. If these enzymes activate too early, however, then they can start digesting the pancreas itself or the other organs, causing extreme pain and discomfort. Symptoms of pancreatitis, aside from stretching, include throwing up, diarrhea, and acting listless. It's typically caused by your dog eating something they shouldn't, like garbage or excess table scraps, particularly scraps of fatty foods. Once again, a vet visit is advisable. Reason 5. Now for a happier reason. Unlike humans who only sleep about 8 hours a day maximum, dogs can sleep for as many as 14 hours a day. This means that while you were out of the house, your pooch was likely having a lovely snooze. When you come home, however, they know that it's time for them to wake up and interact with you. Just like how you might feel the need to stretch when you get up out of bed in the morning, so your dog may want to stretch when they wake up from their nap. Reason 6. Sometimes a human coming home can cause some conflicting emotions in your dog. Say they want to jump up at you and greet you, but they've been trained not to jump up at humans. Or you decided to grab a snack on the way home, and your pup is repressing the urge to try and grab a bite. Stretching can be a displacement behavior in dogs, a behavior that they partake in order to work off the excess energy created by feelings of nervousness or anxiety. Think of it like how some humans will twirl their wedding rings or play with their hair when they're getting agitated. It's the same basic instinct. Reason 7. Sometimes the simplest explanation is the right one. If you notice that your dog is stretching whenever you come in through the door, then it might mean that something about you walking in through the door is making your dog want to stretch. But it can also just mean that stretching is how your dog says hi. Dogs stretch when they see the people they love, as a sign of deep trust and affection. If your dog does this whenever you enter a room, then this shows that the two of you have an exceptionally strong bond. Reason 8. Stretching can also be a way for your dog to show submission. The concept of dogs and wolves living in packs with alpha dogs at the top and omega dogs at the bottom is now considered to be a myth, but like all social animals, dogs do have a concept of hierarchy. It's just nowhere near as rigid as people once imagined. Most dogs will recognize their human owners as being socially superior. You're the one who provides them with food, after all, and the one who decides where they go and what they do. They might even think of you as a parent. Ducking their head in a stretch is their way of showing their respect for you. Reason 9. If you decided to bring a friend over and your dog hasn't met them before, then you might notice them stretching more than usual. Dogs don't always like changes to their routine, and many dogs get nervous when first introduced to new people. Your dog stretching can be a way for them to work off nervous tension and to help themselves relax and calm down. Reason 10. We said earlier that your dog might have been spending their time in the house alone having a little snooze, but if your pooch has been too inactive for too long, especially if you have a high-energy breed like a husky or a border collie, then they may have started experiencing pain and stiffness in their muscles. Stretching, in this case, allows your dog to ease into standing up and getting moving again, and soothes some of their discomfort. If you notice that your dog is showing any other signs of muscular stiffness, such as trouble moving or a reluctance to run or jump as much as they usually do, then you might want to consider incorporating some more exercise into their routine. Reason 11. Some dogs might stretch out more than others. If your dog's stretch involves sticking out their back legs as well as their front so that they're lying flat on their belly with all four limbs lying straight, then your dog is doing a sploot. Splooting, or frogging, is a delightful name for the way your doggo likes to lie down when they feel the need to stretch out their spine or take some pressure off their hips. Dogs are often more likely to sploot on hot days, as laying their belly on the cool ground can help them bring down their core temperature. If you let in some warm air from outside when you came in, then that may have been enough to trigger a sploot. Reason 12. When your dog does a big stretch, the effects will always be most obvious on their back and legs, but spare a glance at their paws. When stretching, many dogs will splay out their paw pads to stretch out their toes. Not only does this help keep those paddy paws in tip-top condition, but it also allows the scent released by the glands in between your dog's toes to spread onto the floor of your home, letting any other dogs know that this house has been claimed. If you encountered some other dogs while you were out of the house, then your dog may be able to smell them on you, and will feel more of a need to secure their territory. For more information about the wonderful world of dogs, check out this video on why some people seem to be dog magnets.